Welcome to the Montgomery City County Public Library's 65th anniversary of the Montgomery Bus Boycott Youth Video Contest. I'm Sarah Foster, the Youth Services Coordinator for MCCPL, and I'm happy to be announcing our winners tonight. MCCPL would like to thank Mayor Reed, the City Council, Councilman Elton Dean, and the Montgomery County Commission for their ongoing support of the public library. Without your support, the library probably wouldn't exist. The director of MCCPL, Ms. Juanita O's, and myself were blown away by the submissions we have seen. We had 15 contestants ranging from 2nd through 12th grade and representing 8 different schools. Tonight, you will get to see how truly talented our students of Montgomery are. Their skills to present, video, and edit the content that they submitted is truly invaluable in this world of technology and social media. The goal of this contest was to get the students to dig deep into what was the significance of the Montgomery Bus Boycott. What impact does it have on your life today? I could not have said it any better than these students have tonight. We also want to thank these students' parents who have made sure that the minds of their children stay engaged into our history and obvious participation in making sure that this gets done. Next is our honorary guest, Mayor Reed.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you to Ms. O's and everyone associated with the Montgomery City County Public Library. I certainly want to thank all of the participants that we have involved in this essay contest. I remember my mom encouraging me to do these contests growing up in elementary and junior high school and not wanting to do it. So I'm glad that these young men and young women have decided to listen to their parents and their teachers and put their best foot forward. This is such an important event, not only commemorating the 65th anniversary of the Montgomery Bus Boycott, but remembering those common people who showed uncommon courage in very challenging times. When we think about many of the things they did, we have to consider that they weren't very old at all at the time. Many of them were men, women, and children of various ages. And these are people who really led to create change, not only for themselves, but for others that will come after them. So I want to thank everyone with the Montgomery City County Public Library. I want to thank all of our students and their parents and teachers for participating, all the various schools that were involved in this. And I'm just excited to see so much talent displayed here today and so many of our brightest and best young students participate in this event. So I look forward to seeing the winners, and I look forward to seeing everyone who participated just by being able to submit an essay to this contest. Shows their capability and shows their commitment to bring about change and to bring about fairness and justice for everyone. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Mayor Reed, for all that you have done for Montgomery. Are you ready? For all that we've been waiting for tonight, first we will announce our group category. In second place, Barfield and Kirkland, winning a total of $150. This group consists of 2 12th grade LAMP students, Ella Beth Kirkland and Madeline Barfield, with their submission called The Impact of the Montgomery Bus Boycott.
In December of 1955, Rosa Parks sparked a powerful movement by a single action she took on the bus during her ride home.
Rosa Parks sat at the front of the bus where white passengers normally got first priority and black passengers were forced to sit at the back. When she was asked by the driver to move seats, she refused and was later arrested for her defiance.
While this might have seemed like the end of the issue to many, Rosa Parks' arrest actually served as a catalyst that sparked a larger movement known as the Montgomery Bus Boycott. Civil rights activists, including Martin Luther King Jr., organized a boycott of the city's buses in hopes of gaining justice and equality for the black community. Although the movement was largely opposed by Montgomery officials, and violent measures were even taken against King and other leaders, those participating in the boycott persisted for months on end.
Montgomery buses would be integrated as a direct result of the Montgomery Bus Boycott. However, it took over a year for that to actually be implemented into reality. Finally, in 1956, segregated busing was declared unconstitutional by the Supreme Court. The bus boycott was a movement that exemplified just how African Americans were combating unequal treatment in their daily lives and routines. It gave hope to African Americans of all ages and all across the country that there would be a change for the better, a change in their everyday lives.
Other states and cities all over the country were inspired and followed the example that Montgomery had set. The bus boycott had a nationwide impact, and the actions of the resilient and courageous African Americans in Montgomery are still revered to this day. Our hope and prayer is that our world will come together in unity, realizing that we are each capable of making a difference, to accept, include, and love one another radically.
First place, the Griffin Kids, winning a total of $300. This is a family submission consisting of Asias Griffin, a second grader at Forest Avenue Academic Magnet, Ezekiel Griffin, an 8th grader at Baldwin Arts Academic Magnet, and Serenity Griffin, a 10th grader at Lamp High School, with their submission called MGMBB.
I'm finally finished with my drawing. Now I just gotta write a report about the Montgomery Bus Boycott.
Asias, are you finished with your report yet?
No, I'm confused. But you and Zeke could help me.
We can help you, Asias. Do you know anything about the Montgomery Bus Boycott?
No, I don't. But I know it has something to do with a bus, though.
Well, Serenity and I learned about Rosa Parks and the Montgomery Bus Boycott when we were younger. Well, let's just start with how it began. On December 1st, 1955, after a long day's work, Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat to a white man on a Montgomery public bus.
Do you know about the bus boycott? It happened in Montgomery, and this right here is the summary. On December 1st, Rosa Parks was on the bus. She was in the white section, and the driver put up a fuss. Now, during this time, segregation was real, so when she refused to get up, they really couldn't deal. Rosa Parks said that she had had enough. The people didn't expect her to be so tough. They fined her $10 and put her in jail, but it's the crazy thing that happened after the bell. The Montgomery Bus Boycott was then put in place to process the injustices that Rosa Parks had faced. The black community stopped riding the buses. These efforts caused the court to finally hear their voices. Segregation was ended with public buses, but that wasn't the end of the movement for justice. The civil rights movement continued with Martin Luther King. The speech he gave named I Have a Dream. The Civil Rights Act was passed in 1964. This is what the protests were really for, so African Americans have the same opportunities to strive and pursue who we really want to be. Understand all these things and take them in, because Rosa Parks refused and did not give in. So we, in turn, should keep moving forward, remembering our ancestors and the things that they endured.
For our individual category, in third place, Noella Waters, a second grader at Carver Elementary and Arts Magnet, winning a total of $50 for her submission of Their Story, My Journey.
This presentation is brought to you as a reminder of what has, what is, and what is to come. All because something had to change. Their story, my journey.
Hey, black child, do you know who you are, who you really are? Do you know you can be what you want to be if you try to be what you can be? Hey, black child, do you know where you're going? I mean, really going? Do you know you can learn what you want to learn if you try to learn what you can learn? Hi. My name is Will, and I am so happy to be growing up right here in the hometown of the Montgomery Bus Boycott. Come go on this journey with me. On December 1st, 1955, journey isn't over. So I'll keep on learning.
In second place, Mason Dillard, a fourth grader at Macmillan IB Academy, winning a Dell Chromebook for his submission of the benefits of the Montgomery Bus Boycott.
The Montgomery Bus Boycott was one of the most important events in the civil rights movement. On December 1st, 1955, a bus driver asked Rosa Parks to give up her seat to a white man. She thought of Emmett Till and refused. Her defiance and arrest led to the first successful African American nonviolent mass protest for civil rights.
For a long time, I had been very much against, as far back as I can remember myself, I had been very much against being treated a certain way because of race, and for a reason that over which I had no control. We'd always been taught that this was America, the land of the free and home of the brave, and we were free people, and I felt that it should be in action rather than just something that we hear and talk about.
The success of the Montgomery Bus Boycott motivated African Americans to protest racial injustice and stand up for themselves and future generations. The boycott empowered others to lead nonviolent campaigns across our nation. They challenged segregation with sit-ins, freedom rides, and countless marches. These actions led to the federal enforcement of civil rights and voting rights for all citizens.
And lastly, in first place, Alonzo Brown, a 10th grader at the Alabama Connections Academy, winning a Dell Chromebook for his submission of the 65th anniversary of the Montgomery Bus Boycott Youth Video Contest.
The Montgomery Bus Boycott was significant because it showed us as a people, it showed us as a nation that we could pull together our money and boycott in such a way that would cripple a local economy. We realized that we can't be getting mistreated if we're spending our money, on a system that's mistreating us.
It shows us that as a race, we've had to struggle for just basic human rights, beginning from being 3/5 of a man.
So the significance of the Montgomery Bus Boycott was not only that it was the largest mass-scale protest that we've seen, but I also believe that it helped set the stage for larger protests that were to come afterwards.
People in Montgomery decided to band together. They only meant to do it for one day. They said, we are going to boycott these buses. We're not going to spend our hard-earned money on a system that's mistreating us. And one day ended up turning into 382 days. And it was amazing because we showed our collective power, right? We showed the power of our dollars to not only boycott a bus system that was mistreating us, but we showed that we could actually cripple the economy of a system set up to keep us oppressed.
I'm Zoe Brown, director and producer of this film. I'm very thankful that our elders stood up for what was right. I'm so thankful that they came together as a group to help not just themselves, but everyone in the future. This shows me that we can all work together. Thank you, Montgomery. I'm Zoe Brown.
We don't want to leave out all of the hard work from all 15 contestants. Next, the submission of all 7 runner-ups.
Rosa Parks took a stand for freedom. Let's stand up for what is right. Move to the front and take a stand. Stand up. Freedom, courage, love, hope. Thank you, Rosa Parks, for fighting for our freedom.
Lily Mae Bradford, Claudette Colvin, Aurelia Browder, Mary Louise Smith, Susan McDonald, Rosa Parks. These 6 women, among countless other individuals, were pillars of the Montgomery Bus Boycott. Years of being oppressed, dehumanized, and humiliated on the basis of skin color gave African Americans in Montgomery and the entire United States drive to fight back. And in the case of the Montgomery Bus Boycott, individuals refused to ride city buses and patronize the city bus system. And realizing that African Americans held and still hold such a large role in state and national economics led to the change and diminishing of racist bus and public service laws. Though the significance of the Montgomery Bus Boycott has been covered by countless news articles, editorials, TV shows, and movies, this is about what it means me and for me. Had it not been for the bravery and courage of those who came before me, I would not be creating this project right now. Because the Montgomery Bus Boycott was not just about being able to sit where you wish to on a bus. It was about being valued and respected as a member of society. It was about the opinions of those who look like myself being heard and even asked for. And it was about being able to not just survive as a minority in the United States, but being able to thrive as a minority in the United States.
After over a year-long bus boycott, the segregation of Montgomery buses was no more. And when posed with the question of how that affected me, the answer is simple. It affects artists that I listen to, my favorite actors, but most importantly, it affects the people that shape me, my teachers, my friends, and the brotherhood that I've created. Rosa Parks may not know me, but I know her legacy lives on. She didn't just choose the freedom to sit wherever on the bus, but she shaped a future for African Americans to choose the freedom to sit wherever in life, here in the United States, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Humanity After All by Miriam Young. Roses showed red when life was blue. History was changed and everything was made new. Through long walks and trials too, they forged ahead for me and you. A young new leader arose from the fight, ready to win with his voice of might. A man of justice, fit to be king, as he cried out, "Let freedom ring." Because of Rosa, Martin, and others who sacrificed, I've had a chance to see great history in my life. From President Barack Obama to Mayor Stephen Reed, freedom, liberty, and justice indeed. The best part of it all is having friends and teachers who look different from me, who value education, love, and humanity. This video production is brought to you by me, Miriam Young. Voiceover, Miriam Young. Original poem by Miriam Young. The following pictures were cited from various sites. Thank you for celebrating the 65th anniversary of the Montgomery Bus Boycott.
Montgomery Bus Boycott was a civil rights protest in which African Americans refused to ride city buses in Montgomery, Alabama. The cause was to protest segregated seating. The boycott had a great impact on all for 6 reasons. The first reason is that Black people no longer have to sit in the back of the bus all crowded and uncomfortable. The second reason is Black people aren't forced to give up their seats on the bus to white people. Thirdly, it opened up the door for the civil rights movement. Fourthly, the boycott made white people and the U.S. Supreme Court realize that they cannot treat Black people poorly. The fifth reason is that it encouraged Black people to get involved in their rights.
Finally, it made the U.S. Supreme Court realize that black people are just as important as white people. For example, with black people boycotting the buses, there is less money for the state. Also, my great-great-grandfather, Reverend Dr. Aaron H. Hoffman, was arrested along with Dr. King and Rosa Parks. Don't believe me? Here's a picture of him, Dr. King, and Rosa Parks' mugshots. They were arrested in January of 1956 by the Montgomery police along with 85 others as part of the Mass 88 because they helped to buy taxi cabs for black people during the boycott. In addition, he was the minister at Shiloh Baptist Church and wrote the third check to buy a taxi cab. 53 years later, my parents became MPD officers fighting for justice. I plan to continue the legacy of my great-great-grandfather in the fight for justice and equality for all. Technically, I'm not a current Montgomery resident, but I, along with my parents, were born in Montgomery, and my parents still serve the great city of Montgomery as MPD police officers.
On to Mayor Reed for comments.
Yes, listen, I'm just amazed at the talent that we've seen on display here. Congratulations to everyone again who participated in this. We're glad that you put forth the effort, and I see the creativity and all the talent that we have right here in the city of Montgomery. Certainly congratulations to everyone who placed, be it as a group or as an individual. To the first place Griffin kids, great job coming together. I don't know if my sons could have done that. So I know that when you have brothers and sisters working together, that can be a little tough, but I commend them and their parents for helping to bring that to fruition. And certainly I want to congratulate Lonzo Brown for his great work in that video that he just presented as well. That's fantastic. And again, I think it's a testament to all the creativity that was shown by the entrants into the contest, because I would not have probably even entered this contest as a elementary, middle school, or high school student, given all of the talent that I've seen here today. So that is certainly special. And I just commend everyone for putting forth this effort as part of the 65th anniversary of the Montgomery Bus Boycott. With that said, Sarah, I'll turn it back over to you. And I just want to wish everyone well, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And remember to stay safe. We're still in the middle of a pandemic, and we want you to social distance even throughout this time of virtual school and of virtual holiday celebrations. Take care.
I think we all agree, Mayor, we truly do want to stay safe during these times. What a truly talented group of youth that we've had tonight. Don't leave me just yet, or you won't find out how to pick up your awards and see all 5 unedited versions of the 5 winning video contestants. I would like to thank Ashley Jernigan for her assistance in making all of this happen. And a very special thank you to Councilman Tracy Larkin for your ongoing support and funding the awards tonight. Next, our sponsor, Councilman Tracy Larkin of District 3.
Hello, this is Councilman Tracy Larkin, and I'm the District 3 representative for the city of Montgomery. And 65 years ago, this week, we had an event happen here that changed the world. And I'd just like to congratulate our children who participated in this contest. And I'd like to thank the mayor and the director of the library, Ms. Juanita O's, and Ms. Glenda Walker, who is one of the assistants to Ms. O's. And these people were enlisted to do something to make this a special event. And they are all high school students and junior high and elementary school students. They are to be commended, and I'd like to congratulate them and give them an idea of what we'll do for the 66th anniversary next year. So congratulations once again, and thank you very much for participating in this contest.
Thank you, Councilman Larkin. You can view all of our winners on our website at mccpl.lib.al.us. Call your local library. We are ready to serve you through our curbside service. Place a book on hold. We'll get it ready for you and put it outside the library for you to pick up. We have everything available, our books, videos, and more. Want to know when our next big winning event will be? Stay tuned, as we will soon be announcing the Voices in Black History that we do every year in February. Thank you to all of our contestants. Your submissions were truly remarkable and made a tough decision for our judges. You will be receiving an email from me on how to pick up your awards. Have a good night.